Pepper. Talk about characters, talk about maps. What are we gonna potentially see from both these teams? From because we know how they generally play.
Yeah, we're definitely heading into this. I'm looking forward to see what type of comps we want to pull out here. Looks like we're on Haven today. Double duelist, like we said, throughout honestly the whole season has been just the meta for these teams. Already got some lock-ins here for the defender side. Defender side is the Chargers white, and on the attacker side we do have the WW Trojans. For the defenders here, it looks like they're opting to go for a double controller comp with the Clove and the Omen. We also have the the more standard, I guess, double duelist for the side of the WWE Trojans. They're choosing that Waylay. And looks like they're deciding still whether or not they want to go for the Jet. They're going to lock that in there. That is a classic on Haven. Double controller comps definitely a little interesting on a map like Haven. I can definitely see how it makes a lot of sense due to the fact that you do have a lot of those sight lines, and in the mid round especially, you can run out of those smokes there if you do commit them early to try and make a couple plays either on the A side, C side, in that mid area. But it is definitely going to prove useful on both sides here.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are kind of saying that we're not really comfortable with what the meta is, especially with double duelists. It is kind of a higher execution type comp in terms of trying to get onto site and defending sites in general. So with the double, double sentinel on defense side? You said
Double controller, yeah.
Double controller. Oh, double controller. It's similar to double sentinel, but they're gonna have way more room of error in terms of entering site and denying access to site. If I can't see you, they can't see me type of situation for the Chargers. Whereas the Trojans, as we get into this first pistol round, they're gonna be looking to play fast, very very fast, like I said, with Faz getting the first pick onto C site, pushing every smoke they can. The Blurry is going up for his team and getting a fast plant. Trojans now up to a commanding start.
Yeah, Blurry making use of the recall there, but Fab just going crazy in Garage, getting some early picks. Blurry coming back through to clean it up, and the duelists for the side of the Trojans making space and making work of the C site here. Just a very quick execution.
I think Trojans is saying, if we can't get you guys any setup or any time to put up these smokes, going to sites will be a breeze, especially with double duelists basically playing the initiator part for the side of the Trojans. I think they're just gonna go fast, and make sure that the Chargers white are never gonna have time to set up for anything.
Yeah, having that Vise as well in order to cover their backs means they can just kind of push forward and they don't have to worry too much about their back, because they'll get that info on the flank really quickly. But Cat on Nip, not ready for the pace here, as we got Blurry running into the garage. It does have both the Bandit,
Blurry,
Bucky here. Babs going down there, and Alex the Kiwi with a fantastic nade into garage here. There is a Phantom on the ground somewhere, I believe. It looks like they did manage to pick it up. It was a Bulldog, sorry.
Yeah, it was beautiful stuff from Blurry. Managed to gain 2 picks with the Bandit. Good return kills, though. And now we actually have a health advantage for the Chargers white, as Cash gets another pick on Bread Eater back in spawn.
Alex Kiwi trying to get through the smoke here with the Ghost, not able to. UJ spamming through the smoke, manages to clean up R2D2 as a second clean round for the Trojans here. Looks like the C site is definitely their comfort zone here. See how the Chargers are able to adjust to this quick plays.
Yeah, it was a little unfortunate. The Chargers were getting ready to maybe do a split from Garage and CT spawn to get on the Chargers before they planned. There's unfortunate timings as Cash gets 2 and maybe a 3rd spam from the smoke. So good stuff from the Trojans, recognizing they were even men down in health pool, and now they're looking to aggress a bonus onto A site with the lone Cypher player.
Yeah, and this is where you see a lot of the strategy differences between Pool A, Pool B, where you know, you have that higher level of thinking of, hey, we should fake here because we just did this, and stuff like conditioning starts coming into play. And that's something that a lot of these teams in Pool B don't really think about a whole lot, and it might come back to bite them here in this match.
As we see on the Trojans side, Alex just activated the trip, and Arku recognizing the flank, getting an upgrade to a Vandal now. 4v5 now, 3v5 as Blurry takes out Zen ZR. Blurry looking for more, gets a pick onto Bread Eater, and Fabs getting one for himself. We get now 5v1 situation. Arku running in, trying to get something for his team, and loses out to Cash's Sheriff. 3-0 now for the Trojans.
Yeah, big save round from the previous round. A lot of guns saved for the Trojans here. The economy blown open now. Have quite a bit of money to spend. On the other side, though, we're looking at a little bit of a mixed buy here. We have a couple rifles, a couple of Spectres in there, and looks like a little bit of confusion from the Chargers here on what they should be doing strategically. As we see the Trojans just defaulting back to that C site, trying to take advantage of these mind games.
Yeah, you see on the mini map, everyone the Chargers were at A. Only Catnip recognizing, hey, they could just fall back into B, and that's what's happening. You get a fast push, Catnip get picked off by Fabs in the back, and the Chargers are everywhere. Get a fast plan on the side of the Trojans, and they've got control over garage, over backside, make sure they can't come through. The smokes are beautiful. Zen ZR kind of moving around, doesn't know where to pick and prod as Cash goes out the CB side. DJ on the bomb. Fabs with another pick, double pick. RGD2 trades back for his team, but Blurry cleans it up, and Arku fishes off for the Trojans. 4-0 now.
Fabs and Blurry showing off their teamwork. They're double peeking through the garage door to get the spray down onto the opposing team there in CT, getting ready for a retake. Unfortunately, just not able to get there quite in time here in the read. Just getting even more complicated as we go. Going back and forth, we're going to keep getting that mind games here where they're going to keep thinking, are we going to look for something? It looks like a little more of a default this round rather than some quick action, changing the pace of the game.
You can see yellow pings going out to B. Maybe they're gonna go for a little garage pick right over here. Yes, he does. Fabs, beautiful shot. Maybe one more as he sees the Omen. Fabs dashing out. One more pick. Can we make it 3? Can you see? Didn't see Cat on Nip gets the dizzy on there as I'm also getting really dizzy. Blurry another pick. Cash another. And the lone Bread Eater on the flank. Can he do anything for the Chargers? As he does not. Cash gets the pick.
Yeah, Fabs,
oh my god!
They're making use of the jet dashes and the utility there just to distract, be able to get in and allow his team that space to get onto that B site, get the spike down, and just a little bit of freedom there to do what they please. Fabs 9-4, Blurry 8-1. Currently doing their jobs on the duelist, making those entries and building that space for their team to just walk into sight.
Yeah, and honestly, talking about fast-paced gameplay, I can barely keep up. My breath is restless right now as they stack up onto A. Trojans are playing so fast and they're getting all these fast picks. I mean, what can you say but like bravo to these guys. Waylay on. Arku gets the pick there. Nice distraction by Blurry. Fabs gets another. Bread Eater low. Good commit the ult.
Yeah, committing the ult here. Does have the Spectre. Is going to be close here. Tries to get another one. Does have limited time, though, to survive. With that Clove ulti, is going to back up a little bit. And the space being given. Bread Eater, unfortunately, going down. Cat on Nip, managing to take one back on the flank. We do have Fabs coming up behind, though. Unfortunately, not just there on the timing to catch him off. Clank R2D2, just holding this long angle here. As we do see Zen trying to just pick up a gun here. Just a little bit more, but Cash under heaven, ready to catch the two members of the Chargers, trying to retake here as the time just honestly running out.
Yeah, there's a lot of desync. We saw Zen kind of try to go for an upgrade as R2D2 kind of fell to his death down in the pit. I mean, the Chargers 6-0 down 6 rounds, trying to maybe recuperate, trying to do a little something. CounterNip doing wonderful things for his team on the flanks, but to no avail. We see the Trojans though going for a bit of a default garage. See split as R2D2 spams away, gets a pick. Yeah.
Yeah, with the correct read this time, they are gonna try and get back into garage here though. We do have Fabs on the way here. Cat on Nip though does manage to spot him out before. Swings, doesn't see anything. Uses the wingman there for that good util. But they are moving quickly to this A side. Bread Eater. He's gonna get caught out by Arku here. As the rest of his team now is gonna try and rotate. The Spike already down so quick here. As they already starting to move on, move with a little bit of extra time here. We have the hold here. UJ ready with the paranoia for Arku whenever they choose to come out here. R2D2 trying to hold it down. We do have the ulti coming through. Unfortunately, manages to hit himself with the ulti from the Gecko. Isn't gonna get to use the over here. UJ in the meantime picking up one that trying to come through through defender spawn. UJ with the collat. R2D2 Zen not ready for that. Cat on Nip gonna save the Vandal, just try and survive over on B site here as 4 members make that 3 now. Remaining on the side of the Trojans, Cat on Nip just a little bit too close to the sun, not able to save the Vandal into the next round. And in a game like this, when it's so fast paced, and obviously the Trojans, are just taking the pace of the game themselves, it's good to try and slow down a little bit. So this might be a good time for the Chargers to consider using potentially a timeout here in order to just recoup and repair what the current situation is here.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers did slow it down last round for a little while, but as you see the Trojans, they are very confident, very committed. They just say, yeah, we can push onto B, let's just run over to A. As Fabs gets a pick onto B, Arku trades back onto Bread Eater, and they're getting a fast plan this time on B. The decision making is immaculate. Fast rotations, fast picks, fast executions for 2 on UJ. 19 health to his name, and Blurry cleans it up. Doesn't die to the nades, barely. And I'm saying time and time again, the Trojans' decision making is so fast that I don't even think a timeout can even reset for the Chargers. They're just very, very dizzy.
Yeah, the pacing here from the Trojans and the use of their mechanical skills in order to just outspeed, I suppose, the Chargers on almost every play is making it really hard for the Chargers to react here. The just constant back and forth of, hey, we're gonna go here, hey, we're gonna go here, and just constant fighting is making it just so difficult. Cat on Nip though, stuck between a rock and a hard place here, looking to potentially commit the Dizzy onto Long, maybe to get out of the position here, but Fabs coming up, Garage does manage to catch him off. R2D2 does have the Outlaw here in the back, does get the no-scope with the Outlaw, but UJ clearing up behind, manages to get an easy shot there, and Alex, last one remaining here, unfortunately caught with the Boombot in his hands. Blurry pushing forward, not giving him any time to set up with the utility in order to make something happen.
Yeah, and from here we kind of see the stark differences between Pool A and Pool B, especially the Chargers having a very rough season, whereas the Trojans kind of found a lot of success in their own gameplay. Very, very team-oriented, just executing, very fast-paced gameplay. This is what we see from Trojans on the regular season, and they are 6-1 in Pool A for a reason.
Yeah, Cat on Nip trying to go for a little bit of an off angle potentially here on Long. Looks like the entirety of the Trojans running through short here on A. A little bit of chaos here as Alex Kiwi does manage to go down in the end, but does keep himself up a little longer. Cash getting a pick onto Cat on Nip in that long position, securing behind his team, as we do see some flanks coming in from Zen and Bread Eater here. Bread Eater not able to get it happen. Zen there for the trade onto Arku. R2D2 trying to work his way up, uses his Outlaw from heaven a little bit, as Zen does pick up the Vandal, but not quite quick enough as Blurry comes back to reclaim his lost teammate, and UJ cleaning up on the opposite side.
Yeah, 10-0 on the board for the Trojans. Fabs 14-6, Blurry 12-3. The other three members on the Trojans
Oh.
barely has not died actually. Cash and UJ deathless. Arku with 2. And honestly, I can't stress this enough that the Trojans are playing immaculate on the first round for today's playoff games. Hopefully on the second
well
half
played.
for the Chargers, they can bring it back as they're double upping, triple upping actually onto C, as Cash just blindly throws the ult, takes out Cato Nip, takes half from Zen,
On the
and
side though.
bad goes to worse. Blurry going up to heaven and takes out Fred Eater. Oh my goodness, the Trojans are playing out of their minds.
Look at these lurks here. They're heading all the way through spawn just on complete crazy timings here. Zen with the op here, getting close, isn't able to match the Phantom in close range of Blurry. 11-0. Unfortunately, with the mixing of pools, these are the matches that you end up getting sometimes. But as we move into the further into today, the matches will just keep getting closer and closer as we see the team sort of start to equalize towards the top and bottom halves of the bracket, and we'll be able to see some much closer gameplay. I just hope that the Chargers don't let this game define their whole day here.
Exactly. Especially we got their sister team playing out later as well. We have the Chargers Red competing. As oh my goodness, Fabs, you are crazy, man. You peek like that. Is UJ and Cash saying, give me a piece as well. Maybe one more for Blurry. He's pushing out an A back site. Alex kind of confused, looking where the picks are, playing with Catnip, holding on to B. But the Trojans are bloodthirsty, trying to make this 12-0 at the half.
Yeah, definitely just a rough game here for the Chargers. Trying to compete against a team from Pool A that has this level of aggression just makes it so difficult to find your footing. Blurry pushing forward, searching for the kills, but Fabs from the back able to get it cat on nip with the Vandal over on C. Last round of the half.
It's okay. He's not only just saving for next half, he's only saving his mental. This is now 12-0. Catonep couldn't do anything. Fabs 3 kills this round. And okay, we get to have a bit of a breather. The Chargers White can now think about their execution plan. Hopefully they got something up their sleeves, as Trojans are gonna do a bit of a default here. Maybe stack a little bit more towards A. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. But
Yeah,
Pepper, what do you think?
Blurry. Fabs and Blurry, 17-6, 15-3 on the half here, 12-0. They are definitely just running and abusing that duelist comp there, making use of their util to get these kills, making it uneven for the teams in an already pretty uneven match for the skill level of these teams. As we do see Chargers stacking up towards A here, looking to maybe go for a fast execute. Fabs pushing up on the short position, trying to catch a timing, isn't able to get it. Bread Eater manages to get one. Blurry already up mid here on the flank, knows they have to commit to this A position as he tells the rest of his team here to rotate. Blurry managing to get one, dropping the spike. Zen as they move backwards here. Bread Eater, Arku holding sight. Blurry just holding his position here, being a pain in their side on the back side. Blurry not able to clean up Alex. This Alex here hides back into the corner a little bit. Paranoia coming through, but they're not going to commit onto the push here, giving Alex a little bit of space.
Okay.
Arku with the reset on the nade, uses it into short here, but doesn't expect UJ as close as he is. UJ manages to get 13-0 for the Trojans here. You see a rough game, honestly, rough start to the day for Chargers, as 13-0 is never going to feel good if you're playing. Never going to feel good. But like I said, hopefully they don't let this loss define them, as you are going up against a very difficult team going across the pools. And just honestly, it's just so hard, especially against a team like that that plays so quick, to just keep up with the pace that they're playing at and the level of sort of just I'm going to run at you through weird directions and weird timings where you're just never going to expect it. It's just so difficult to keep up with that.
Yeah, exactly. So, congratulations to the Chargers for their 13-0 victory. They move on to round two.
Trojans, sorry, the Trojans.
Sorry, the Trojans. Yeah, that's my bad. Chargers, applaud them, congratulate them for even putting up a fight. Yeah, their regular season didn't look too great, but at least it looked like they were having fun. They were able to grow from this regular season going into the playoffs, and hopefully this isn't going to be the last time we see of the Chargers white.